life. Gotta love it. Life loves you. So let's try things a little bit. I doubt I'm gonna be able to this morning because, like I say every day, I've realised I just need to warm my hands up before I kind of get everything done. Oh shit! Be outside. Oh damn it! Not helping. Run 10 steps now, literally. Yeah, as I say, I'm staying live, don't panic. But I will be going live again tomorrow. It'll be like a later one because I didn't realise tomorrow was. I can't remember what's happening tomorrow. But yeah, it'll be a later one then. What day is it? Monday. Yeah, so not tomorrow. Sorry, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, maybe Friday. I'll be going live pretty much every day, and hopefully I'll be going outside. See show people. I need the wheels because today I'm going to at least try and print on the wheel because I've got a wheel. I've got the stuff to print on too. Print with. Three tires at home. Medical done absolutely jack shit. Always sucks in a nondescript white box. Even the fake ones have better packaging than that. Try and get the dog to come in here with me. I feel ya. Come on, let's go. Come in. Come on. Let's do it. Come in. Frankie. I feel bad because she's always just chilling in the bed. She has got her own bed. That's sofa. She's in the carpet anyway, so she fucking loves it next. We got carpet. Don't blame her. So, the plan is to design the. Sorry, everyone, this is entertaining to watch. I love the British language, you know, like, if you say somebody, oh yeah, F them, and they're like, oh, you want to F them, I mean, the double meanings we have for things are just priceless, man. I feel like you just don't. Do you get this in other languages? Maybe. I don't speak it. Will you just lay down? This is like I invite you in. You just try and eat everything. Coffee time. Fucking technology, honestly. What's up, bro? Give me strength. It's all good. Right, bear with everyone 2 seconds. I'm not coming up for a second. A millisecond. Someone tried to correct me on my English, but halfway through it. Someone tried to correct me on my English, but halfway through it. The sentence, right, got it wrong themselves. Fucking priceless, bro. Absolutely priceless. You good there, sausage? Right, I'm coming. Oh, bear with. Sorry, I'm trying to think. What was I doing? Oh, yeah, the wheel decals. Decals. I found myself funny today. I'm not punch through the fucking screen. Can you stop? Just lay down, I'm saying. Oof. Oof. She will get angry if I do that. So she's not. Perfect. Let's sort these. Unfortunately, drawing on a live is not my strong suit. You coming in or not? Don't sit in the door. Come on, in. Come on, in. Good girl. Technically not drawing. dog. Will you stop trying to eat whatever fucking you're trying to eat? So, fucking diazepam tastes rank, bro. Sometimes they taste sweet, and then sometimes they taste weird as shit. I still never met. Oh yeah, what do you mean now? Before I said something. Yeah, I need to look into it more. Too much of I just got up this morning and was like, boom, getting on with life. So I'm like so efficient at doing anything. Like early on. And then later on in the day, I fucking did work. Have a little stalking. Come on then. I know you're just gonna follow me anyway. Come on. Come on then. They are quite freaky sometimes, you know what I mean? Like, she just sits down and watches you sometimes. I get up in the morning, like, go to the toilet in the morning, she'd be sat there in the corridor awake, just staring at me, and it's quite unnerving, to be honest with you. That's not cute. Right, sorry. Anyway, so I'm gonna try and get the design on the wheel. Do you mind? Don't you dare bark at me, I can see it in your eyes. What? What? Do you want to talk? Talk. I thought so. I didn't say that. I didn't say that much, did I? Right, that's enough. That is actually enough now. Quiet. You just have water, you've had food. I know you're trying to talk, but I don't speak that sound, I'm afraid. She is a baby, isn't she? It's just because the neighbours are like, I don't want it to be like too loud. I don't mind the inside voice. Inside voice, if you're quiet, it's fine, you know it's fine. Inside voice. Inside voice. Or just stare at me soullessly, like, either or. I'll give you a dentist stick in a minute. Fooled by the name. It's not like anything. I thought they were like toothbrushes for a dog. But as in like one that they would chew on, right? Can you? I know you must. You don't let me work when I do that. She's a pain in the ass. Gotta love them though. Hello, what can I do you with? Do you with that sounds fucking fun. What can I do you for? Do you for? Yeah, it is. That's too loud, man. You're like so small. Where'd you pack that punch from? You know what I mean? It's like bam. See what I mean? Enough. Can't bark every time I say bam. How small she is. She's tiny. Right, if I laugh at her, she barks at me. No, I mean, no, she talk, but like I try and get her to the inside voice because she does know the difference. Because when we're inside, so many times we're like inside voice, outside voice, to the point where we just say talk, and she like normally grumble. Sometimes she does pack it. It's quite funny though, because she like hops off the ground a little bit to do it because it's like so powerful. But she's right. She's like, you just told me to talk, motherfucker. What's this? You talk a lot there. No, I know. I talk a lot too. I know. Fair point. But she's mad. Yeah, pretty much. So she could do with some gummies. I know you don't want some, I'm joking. She don't want any gummies. Shall we take you for another quick read? Okay, we'll do that then. That's all right. I'm going to leave you alone, so I feel like this is what she needs. Let's go. Good girl. Show me what you want to do. Show me where you want to go. What you want to do. No, not the kitchen. So yeah, maybe some breakfast, motherfucker. No, you're not having no breakfast. You have some biscuits. You have some water. You want to wee? There you go. That's the one. Your belly's aching. You don't know why it's aching, so you just get it out. It's food. No, wait. Oh, no. Patience. Good girl. She's released the gun. Oh, my days. Sometimes so funny. When she takes a shit, she looks so guilty. It's too funny. Or it's just like any of us, if we were embarrassed, you know, if you have to bust out a shit, how embarrassing would that be? Everyone's staring at you. I mean, she's really trying to beef me up with those eyes when she's taking a shit. She does not appreciate being looked at. And do you know what? I can't say I blame her. So I'm talking about my dog right now. For anyone that didn't understand that, I guess that's. Oh, I'm hilarious today. You know, where it's like 30 fucking degrees. It's like absolute dying on the heat lesser. And even though she's got the option to come in here, she will choose to leave his only at once. Very like relaxing. Can't blame her really. So I'm going to just draw this off a little bit better. This is the graphic I want on the wheels. I personally not putting any graphics on my wheels, but the ones I'm going to be, well, I'm not sending them off. I'm not stupid. I'm going to be sending them off with me. Like, I'm going to be flying with them. So even if I have to wait like another year to save up whatever I have to do, I don't trust sending off. So I'm not sending wood or anybody would, but I don't want to be like, oh, I was lost in the mail or something. I'll lose my mind. So I'm pretty sure if you're going to send something, you're not going to just send in a post like that. You would book a holiday / potential business trip. God, oh, I hate business courses and seminars and webinars and all that shit. Because I'm the sort of person that's like, I really want to work. So by sitting there listening to someone else talk about working, I'm like, I just want to work more. And this is just me sitting there not working. I appreciate people want to do them to get in that mindset, but once you've got in that mindset, I feel like you don't actually need them. It's looking pretty damn clean. Frankly, the water doesn't regenerate. I had to sit at the bowl for a little bit, clean it up, where's the water gone? Walks in here, sees I'm doing so, walks back out again, goes to try and drink from the bowl. I'm like thinking it like what regenerated itself somehow. I think the Dias Man does it very well, to be honest. Especially because I let it sit under the tongue. The thing is, it's like, I think taking diazepam in the moment of real need is potentially more addictive and dangerous than taking it in the moment of calm yourself down first, then because it's like you don't rely on it as heavy and hard. I'm not saying it's like I'm prescribed it. It's for like whatever. I mean, I could go out there and be like, I'm self-employed, and they'd be like, you're not joking. I mean, it's so hard. And it's like, I'm the sort of person, like, when you go so far inside, you can't quit. Like, I just can't. I can't stop. No matter how many fuck ups I get. Like, I wish I could show people. Actually, I can show people some stuff. And then the flipping middle bit is smaller, so I had to pop that out of here, right, without breaking that. So I tried drilling a hole in this bit here to be able to squish it down more, so there was less mass to fit into itself. Like, it's one thing after another, and then that's obviously breaking, so I need to have more durable non-glassing than that. I do prefer the shape as well. The one I done on the 3D printer, and this one is fucking massive. I was like, is it a long ball with, I don't know, he's like half a bottle of each thing. Thank you, bro. I appreciate that. Like I say, bro. As I say, Claire. Yeah. bro, you know what I mean? We're all bros. We're all people. And that's what I mean. We all have feelings. I agree. I do appreciate that. But that's one point I really love to stress. Like, we all have feelings. Like, I have PTSD, BPD. I get triggered real easy, but that's like everyone else's issue in life. Do you know what I mean? Like, kids these days get triggered over shit. Like, you haven't even paid for bills, you haven't had a job, you're not had that, like, you fucking don't even know what to complain about yet, so just shut up. But people, like, not you people, but people piss me off so much these days. I'm like, rather than complaining about it, I want to just at least talk about it, and then hopefully, I mean, the UK government definitely will not like me because I'm very outspoken against it. But I mean, if you're a dick, you're a dick. There's no two ways about it. I love it because there's like guys like someone go, "We love Keir Starmer because he'll be kicking up down my door in a minute." I'm like, it's a fear tactic, right, from the government. And they, truthfully, I've said I'm a sociopath before, so it's probably why I'm a little bit more like emotionally blunt to it. They know this because they're the one that diagnosed that. They're all looped in it. The council linked in with the social services linked in with it. They all know everything. They know when they said it before to, Lil Nas X, right? The one, and there's like, "Tell me you love me," or whatever that song, right? I was singing it on the way in the circuit van to jail, and they turned it off and they said, "You're not through the thing, you're not having a good time, mate." And I was just like, "Oh, bus killer," like, you know what I mean? So I'm not sure like a harm because I'm not looking at me. I'm like a walking mushroom too. Like, I'm walking hedge, whatever you want to call me. I have a flamboyant side. I have a little bit more energy. I'm not so, so yeah, good. Yeah, that's where my hood rich and think I'm. I mean, fuck that. That's just all an act as well. I'm just real. I'm in the middle about everything. I think so many people are flipping idiots beyond point. It actually worries me. I'm like, this is our future. So that's why I think it is so important to care about the youth, the brainwashing. Like I say, don't listen to me. I'm a complete idiot. But truthfully, at the same time, I'm like, we all have feelings. It's an obvious fucking. I mean, we're sentient creatures. But there's more issues since we've all started. Like, if you cannot say how you feel, it becomes oppression. And then, so what, their feelings are more valid than your spoken feel it. Like, it doesn't work. It needs to be a case of you can say something, and if it's wrong, if you want to try and press charges as racist or BS, but it shouldn't be the automatic woman and what is a worse crime than actually like keeping someone in your basement. Like, you can actually get longer. And this is a song by Aaron Unknown, he's a rapper in the UK. And he says part of the song, he says you can get longer for substances than if you're keeping a poor soul in your basement in jail. And it's true. Like, people have got months. That's disgusting. Absolutely can't, like, Alabama's just got it right. They're trying to pass, the capital punishment for wronging. I'm fully behind that. And I think anyone that's not is a little bit like, well, why aren't you? Is that not a little bit sus? It's like a little bit. Because, I mean, like, why wouldn't you? You've got something to hide. I mean, even steroids, let's say. I don't know. There needs to be something like, we do so many things to fuck society anyway. War, medications, poverty, and keeping the rich and stuff. So what's wrong with? You get what I mean? I think I'm clued on because I don't know. I've not been brainwashed. I was homeless. I watched society around me. I watched how fully grown men who were drunk tried to set me on fire, thinking it's funny, until they got, well, one of them's run off and the other one's getting hospitalised. Not so funny anymore, is it, mate? Ruined your night a little bit, didn't it? But was that your actions or mine? It's called two to tango. Yes, I fucking beat them within an inch of his life. Nearly got done for GBH, but they then passed off as self-defense. So they got CCTV footage and they could see they'd done it maliciously because they're doing it slowly. They weren't trying to wake me up with it. They were being quiet. They were tiptoeing around. I'm like, that's like intent on murder in a way, bro. You're like gonna try and set someone on fire, of course. And I'm in a sleeping bag. Do you know what I mean? Like, and I lost my shit because I hadn't slept properly for months. I was done with it. I just been Christmas at like 18, watched everybody, like, I've always had a shit. It's not boohoo, I was just saying, it's like, people complain there's way bigger shit to go on. I'm walking around the UK and everyone's got their Christmas tree out. It's freezing in the UK at Christmas time. Like, quite literally, snow, ice, sliders, nowhere to sleep, hypothermia and shit like that. And there's just people going around, all the lights, all the music, everyone's happy. It's soul destroying. Absolutely breaks you. And then you've got people that go and do shit like that. And instead of being so mad at the world, I'm like, oh, I'd rather try and do something to help change it piece by piece. I was mad for a long time. So fucking mad. And I had the right to be. If anyone tells me I'm not, you piss off. But now I went to see somebody starve, like people might say if I saw somebody who generally had the money, they're an alcoholic anyway, I would help them get a beer, because the crime they might go to is worse. Obviously, food is more important, but you can also pass away from not drinking, and they're still a human being who's struggling with something. It doesn't mean you should feed an addiction. That you should then be like, look, maybe offer them a conversation, be like, look, I got help this way. Like when you're stuck in the sand and life is like quicksand, metaphorically, don't just keep walking. When you make it out, or you make it to a part of like, rest, or I don't know, you know what I mean? So it gets easier if you then turn around and try and help people as well. Because society falls and we wonder why, because we all become such a selfish species. I understand we've got to be selfish to a degree because everyone else is, but show a little love, a little kindness. Right, 1 sec. That's a good point. I love that one. Am I in the UK? Yeah, I am. That's what I'm like. That's what I say. Come at me. I don't give a shit. That's it. I love that about the pain. It is as behind someone who's an addict. I mean, we in society, someone can be addicted to food. And I feel like I say at one point I was bigger. I lost a lot of weight. But I was, at food. I've been addicted to pretty much everything I do. And it was also another point I'd like to raise. It's just every patient cured is a customer lost, right? So if you're an addict and they keep you an addict on methadone and keep it like, all these different things, they weren't happy when I wanted to come off this stuff. They visibly weren't. They're like, you sure? Oh, the pain might be really bad. I was like, if I'm telling you I'm going to be fine, I'll be fine. Like, why are you trying to force me to stay on opiates? Then they back down a little bit because it's kind of obvious. But my point is, it's not like, because even though it's like, cool, say if you might not be paying for it, it's still being paid for through something. They're still getting a payment. Someone's getting paid. It's not just for free. And as I say, patient cured is a customer lost. And how I realised I probably got through addiction was accepting this is the hardest thing to do. You have an addictive personality. You get a person who gets addicted easily to things because, and this isn't a bad thing, but you're weak-willed in that sense. I'm saying that on my behalf. I'm weak-willed. That's truthful. Like I know I can't have a guy like Matthew Perry said. You have the first beer and then it takes you. I completely agree with that because it's not like it takes you, but you just then go fuck it. It feels good. I don't feel pain anymore. Boom. So as I said about Jesus down there. And yeah, just as I said, Jesus, my brother, 100%. And turning back to religion, but in the peaceful kind. I'm truthfully like, I'm all over the place with this one. The reason I'm not a complete Christian is because I do believe still in an eye for an eye. I believe more in the first 5 books. I believe you're allowed to do self-defense because I think if everybody is allowed, everyone knows if you let your guard down, people will attack. Like the evil will attack weak, what they deem weak. It's not weak. You're just trying to live in peace. But yeah, but those people who might think someone is weak or living in peace, bro, like you don't want to ruin their peace. Yeah, I mean that's like all I'll say is if we look at Russia and Ukraine, just for a brief example, Ukraine have managed to hold on so well purely because when you have something you're fighting for that you already know that is yours and you're defending, compared to people being told, well, we're taking it because of this, not really unsure what's going on, losing a ridiculous amount of civilians. Just say casualties and rest in peace. Awful. But yeah, and we all feed the bigger machine, and that's why I refuse to give into it and just big F you to it. Like, what? If you can't handle me saying piss off, then you are actually a wet wipe. Right, you're a wet wipe. Not anyone, well, maybe. I don't know, but I mean, any authorities, I'm like, you're meant to be able to handle threats of a big red button. And one of your own civilians turns around and says, F you, you're like, arrest him. He bullied me. All right, mate. All right. Do you get my issue? Like, I'm serious. That is what we got. The leaders who are in charge of this are they're like babies with the ability to just. It's quite funny. It's almost like what's this like really what's it called? Satire, not satire, but like really messed up dark humor. It's like a black comedy, what they call it, like dark comedy. Do you know what I mean? It's like, oh, what the fuck did I just sit on? It's like that's why my skateboards I started to do art like a little bit more like iffy, edgy and stuff like that because at the end of the day, things have got too soft and too sensitive. But we grew up in a time period that was brutal. I mean, realistically, for like the comedies and the stuff like that on TV, like nowadays, I always take the piss and say, yeah, Cocomelon, because people know what Cocomelon is, surely. I know that's a different thing. Okay, I can't make this joke. I actually just can't. But like, even it's not a joke because it's like actually, it's evil and it's horrible. But like, we all know the corrupt childhood industries that we all used to watch growing up, right? Absolutely. Right, it's just and then everything since with Hollywood and stuff, bro, actually just shook me to the core. I think it shook everybody to the core. And like, I'm so surprised how there hasn't been a takeover. But I'm like, oh, just be Bombay saying that. It's like he's advocating I'm not, allegedly. I just think people need to understand, right, that we worked so well before a government even came into power. And the reason we have a royal family is because people needed someone to be like, okay, you have this bit of land, your potatoes, this farmland, boom, boom. You're literally royalty over pig shit land. That's it. Stop acting so fucking high and mighty. Holier than thou attitude. Truthfully, probably Screaming Handball, Wet Willie. I don't know. There's quite a few different ones. I can't say the ones that some of my favourite graphics because I like a lot more. Not because I can't. There's some that I can't say. I actually just generally can't because yeah. But there's some older graphics by Blind Boards, almost skateboard like sick graphics. In it, so I mean, I'm like not. I accept people want to be what they want to be because like I want to own my own skateboard company. I know people go, that's different, but I'm like, well, no, if you want me to accept you want to be different, then accept what my opinion on different could also interpret it. I'm not saying what it means, what it could also entail, right? I'm not telling people watching. I have two sisters part of the LGBT, right? Now I'm male, sorry, I should have said that, but they absolutely cannot be bothered with any of this shit either. We all want peace. There's a video of these people from Israel, and they're like from Somalia to Thailand and flipping Qatar and everywhere, bro. Saudi, they're all going like, we love, we want peace, peace soon, peace soon. It's because of, okay, maybe not everyone. Some people could be brainwashed, but there are a lot of people who generally just can see logically. There are a lot of us out there, and they don't like logical thinkers. So what they dumb you down with fluoride in the water and they spray stuff in the air and shit like this. They go, that's not true. Well, they said that for years. Go get your tinfoil hat on, you crackpot. You know what I mean? But turns out, well, no, we were right. Chemtrails are real. It's funny because a week before it was announced that they were real, someone came around doing my partner's hair, like a hairdresser. And I was talking on the phone and I said about it to her, and she said, you're one of those people that believe that chemtrails are real. Literally like a week or two later in the news. I'm like, boom. I mean, these tick boxes, are we serious? Oh, it's funny. It's not funny, okay? I feel really bad for anybody who's obviously having to do this. But I mean, it's so funny. When I say funny, it's a very like that sort of dark funny. It's like you couldn't make this up in a Tim Burton movie. You know, this is like unscriptable shit. Life really is. I mean, Simpsons done a pretty good damn job of it. It all makes sense now. I'm sorry, when people go, that's just, I'm like, fuck off. There's scenes to scene. Like, they almost went, well, that when this happens in 20 years' time, we also need it to be at this angle. But that building hasn't been built yet like that. So we also need to build it. It was too eerily similar. There's too much. There's dates. There's when the Queen passed away. Like, what the fuck? You can't. How can you do that? How do you even know when she is going to? Because it's like, was she? No, she passed in her sleep. Apparently, maybe, allegedly. Who knows? My point is, it's iffy as shit. Is that they needed? Maybe she wasn't going to, but they needed to stick with the schedule that they had written. I don't know. It's weird, man. And the fact we can program it, and people thought it was unbelievable. It used to be less believable, but now look at AI. Look at what we've managed to create. Something that with code knows how to respond, knows what to find everything, uses the whole internet, and can design incredibly detailed artwork, and movies, and it can do so much. It's crazy, bro. Not like me, not like you. See, sorry. And to be fair, I think we will have the same opinion now. I think there's very few people who are what's the word? Shit. I've even forgotten it because it's just not important anymore. Remember the Diamond Jubilee? Like I know as younger was like there's a lot of people that haven't been, but I think it's becoming massively, massively way shit. The monarchy, that's it, anti-monarchy. I can think of that word then for a sec. And to be honest with you, as I said, I spent time in jail anyway, and it's not a big up. It's just I know what they're like. And to be honest with you, I'm a very when I last went in jail to start working out like this, I'm the sort of person that's like you fully have to just get rid of me. I know for people fully willing to do that, but I'm also like trying to not cause so much of an issue and dilemma that they would have to because I am that sort of person that's like I won't back down. I fully won't back down. It's like I would rather, die fighting than live like a coward on my knees or whatever the saying is. 100%. And sometimes I don't like myself. Like, I'm like, I wish I could just be like, okay, everything good, but I can't. I'm like outspoken. I'm not saying I don't agree. As I said, technically, what is it? That is. What I'm saying it gets so blurred because I am not right. I'm not left. I would be more right. But then I don't like Trump. I don't like all the things that have come out about the elite. So they're technically right and leftists. They put them all. They're the creators of it. I don't think that's why I like to label myself as any of that shit. Because I'm like, that's their labeling. That's their groups they've set. We didn't set that shit. They set that. Everything is, pre-planned, planned ahead, 10 steps ahead, rethought about. Every plan's analysed, every possible outcome, and you know what I mean. Like, and look at another thing. Any rebellion. Look at Guy Fawkes. In Americans might not know about this, but maybe do. But the bonfire night. That literally is. They get some people that could argue say now that would have helped the British people get rid of a tyrannical government a long time ago. We now all celebrate and burn a unit. We burn like someone. I don't know if they do it in all places now still, but they burn like a big, mannequin or whatever of him, and like celebrate it. That but they actually he was hung, drawn, and quartered, which is if people know about that, then I don't know if they've had any. I'll be honest with you, in America, I don't know if they've had any horrible punishments like that. I mean, like the Tower of London, all the things they used to do are wild, and it's because I mean, our history is obviously quite a bit longer. It's not a dig, just saying, like it's kind of good, like a long history to be as messed up. Because you do go back, obviously, that's why I say you can't. You got to be proud. Then what are you proud of? You can be selectively proud. That's fine. You know what I mean? Live to work. I kind of do in a way, so I need to read this message again. Yeah, 100%. That's just true. It's a bit of a. I don't think I'm the best, and I get like taken out in a heartbeat. But I've also had the reason I believe you've got to have like purpose, and as I've generally survived more than like 7 times. I've been attacked with something that happens a lot in London. Let's just say I had to have a blood transfusion. I've been resuscitated, so like defibrillators and also CPR. I've had I drank bleach when I lost my shit. Drank half a bottle of bleach. Managed to go on for another half an hour, then an hour drive to a hospital, and they managed to pump my stomach, and I still managed. I was coughing up blood, but I was fine. I messed up my stomach acid even more after I've taken good results. I ruined my stomach lining, bro. So I take these things, gastro resistant. Otherwise, I could just get an ulcer and maybe me done. My point is, I don't know what's right or wrong, but I do think there's a now higher power as well, especially after everything that's come out and like about maybe sacrifices and stuff like that. I'm like, bro, it's wild. Actually, try to get some. No, because I realised when I was an addict that was something I'd done for every day for years. Plate up some, let's just say, I don't know, you know what I'm saying, mounds and pills and things and syrups because of lean and pharmaceutical, non-pharmaceutical for years. Just I got something called polysubstance abuse, which is where I used more than 3 things at once to get like a feeling, which is obviously dangerous. It's up and downer and an upper. Never do that shit. Just don't do anything. Stay in school. Stay focused. I know telling people when you make shakes, but you know what I mean. It's worth a try. But yeah, I don't get burnt out, and I think it's because I realised my life would have burnt out either way sooner. Like it's like a flame, and I was like burning down so quick with that, so quick. But being sober and working all the time is my distraction to stay sober. Um, but it's when things go good. I like creating stuff. I like skating. So if I can do at least one of those things, fingerboard, skate, connect with people, is when I go into isolation mode and then I was to not work and sit there. If I'm sitting there watching something, a TV program, and I'm binging something, I start to feel like I'm slipping away again, which is my biggest worry. Because I'm like, I do believe this whole thing about addictive personality. I can't do nothing, which is shit. Because sometimes when you want to chill out, so I say never fall into that as well. It's finding a real healthy balance. Where I've managed to, the amount of things I've got to do from CAD design, so that's 3D modeling, the 3D printing stuff anyway as well. It's a whole nother thing. So you've got to like learn all the different things with the 3D printer. If it goes wrong, you've got to learn to, do firmware checks and software checks. The one that confuses me, you've got hardware, software. What's the other one? In the motherboard? I don't know. All bullshit. Then sublimation printer, direct to film printer, pressing the boards, sanding them down to a bit of carpentry, making the packaging. Oh, sorry, heartbreaking. It's all right. I mean, it's fine because it's hopefully helps other people. That's the main thing. Otherwise, I always like to think the pain would have been sometimes partly for nothing. There is a good, not obviously not, because I mean I'm pushing something, but hopefully, I really sometimes the videos that get me is when I sit there, hear something or about, and I can see somebody screwed on or they've got somewhere, but like, they've had it shit or whatever. I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? You know what I mean? Sort of, it really does get me off my ass. Like, not trying to make people feel bad about it because I fall into a rut every day at a certain point. Like yesterday, I lost my mind because of the wheel mold. I spent literally only a day just doing this one, and this turned out better than the one I then spent 30 hours 3D printing the flipping wheel mold before injects to then let it set to then break and have to rip it completely to shreds. I was absolutely gutted by it. But as I say, I do a bit of like chemistry essentially. I do art, I fingerboard, I brainstorm, I do lives. So really, my life's very fulfilling because I do so much, and that's the best way to do it. If you have one thing, I would say if you have ADHD or even I think because BPD and also PTSD have very similar symptoms. I think to where is stipuli, stims or whatever we call them. We all get the same thing, similar. So maybe on varying levels, almost like a spectrum. And I think the reason I do feel it so hard is because I have all three. I have the holy trinity. I just have so yeah, BPD, ADHD, and PTSD, and antisocial personality. So I mean, it's another one, and OCPD, which is antisocial personality disorder. Not no fuck's sakes, obsessive compulsive personality disorder, not actually obsessive compulsive disorder. Wait, what? Because there's two. There is a slight difference. One is a personality and one's emotion. So mine was born like I was kind of not born with it, obviously, but they're already having the emotional split with mixed personality disorder. You have like a higher chance of developing it. So it's actually easier going for people because they don't require other people to be like You know what I mean? Like I could go to someone's house and it could be a bit of a mess, and like or whatever. And it's not my place. It's not my. I don't judge. I don't think why you. Well, what's going on here? Because at the end of the day, I'm very understanding too. It's just I have a higher standard for myself for like most things. That's why I lost my flipping sense of style. I think I found it again. I'm loving this. Getting a warm hug right now from the Valium. Sorry, if you actually go to a doctor and you can say, "Can I get a Valium?" They will say no. And not, I mean, even if you say anything, because if you call it a Valium, that's what they don't like, because it's what they changed it up in the UK. I know it's still called that in a lot of other places. They really don't like it. I cannot describe how hard it is. I mean, it's crazy. Like the fact you can walk into America and it's like, yeah, here's some alprazolam, which is Xanax. Just, got anxiety, cool. Got headache, migraine, whatever. You can't sleep. You're flying somewhere. But here, you could literally just be like, "Is this therapy?" No, I'm joking. You could, you know what I mean? Just anything. Your life's gone shit. You know, your neighbour's just moved away, and your neighbour also happens to be a greengrocer. And now you've got real anxiety because you can't joke in, obviously. Because it's funny because I saw that skit there about that guy who went to America and he was like, "Well, why do you need it?" And he's like, "Well, my neighbour moved to Denver, and or was it? Did he say Denver? I don't know, but he was like, I can't get any more." He was like, "All right, okay, here's your script." Like, is it that easy? Is it taking a piss? Like, is it generally that easy? Doctors just like wanted to be able to get out there as much as possible. Because over here, there's that conception. It's like really like easy to get just with. When you first go, it's like you need to have cancer, you need to have like severe issues. But now it's like quite laid back. ADHD, PTSD. The one thing that confuses me though in the States as well is that like they let people have it. Oh, well, what I've seen, not everybody, but some people had it with like psychosis before I've spoken to and still got it. Like, that's crazy. Because in the UK, if you have any history, even if you're like put into a hospital, you will not be allowed it. And then even getting it's a bit of a bloody nightmare compared. I mean, say you've got like dispensaries, but over here you've got to get it online, then you have to have a consultation every now and again. That costs like hundreds of quid. Yeah, again, how can we farm more money out of these people? God, I love them. Man is maketh man, and life breaketh the man. I don't know, I made that shit up, but my point is it does. But then if it breaks you enough, sooner, better than later, because it's going to happen at some point, you're either going to become grouchy, still, yeah, probably, or understanding of shit. And that's like the maturity point. People realize when maturity hit, when you've been through enough shit, like realistically, like your brain, cause you've got these people who live sheltered lives their whole life, and you look at them, they don't ever seem to fully mature to the extent of everybody else. It's like you cannot live a baby life, in my opinion. Just a bit fire, we always have to like, you'll see in a sec. This is the sort of pattern I'm doing, man. Sometimes I swear the Valium feels like you're just taking a dab for a second. It's like, shit. So I don't like it, but so far. I really don't like it. It needs more something. It's looking bold. Oh, that's another thing in the UK that said you couldn't say at one point. I don't know if that's changed, but they're like trying to bring back, like, you couldn't say, blasphemy laws they tried to bring back. Are you joking me? I'm sorry, I understand, like, but that clearly doesn't work. Like, things are necessary, right? Like, one thing with three things unnecessary: war on drugs. It's a waste of money, and it's caused a lot more damage. And I do mean all of them. I'm not saying they should all be legal, but the amount of effort and incentiveness and operations that have gone on and gone wrong, and people really need to look into it. It's so crap, and it was done for racist reasons, which they've never come out and gone, well, no, that's not true, because it's literally in the newspapers. And that doesn't mean I'm not saying, like, because it's a wild thing to say, right? Because you could now hear me out. It is fair enough to be, say, if I was going to look back at someone in the UK back during the time of the slave trade, that would then be fair enough to be like, I don't like him, and be racist to that one guy for how he's been, because his mindset and his race at that time was racist. But not now, not you. It changes. So why are we trying to revert that shit back? I'm sorry, it just really gets on my nerves, because then people be like, you're right, I'm not racist. I'm definitely not, right? Well, I don't need to convince people of shit, to be honest. Don't label me that, label me what you like. Feels good. Yeah, I don't find that question fully, but yeah, make sure you have enough hobbies if you burn out of your hobbies. That's the thing to do. Welcome back, bro. Not like the weather is looking really nice, but I actually see it to just do anything today, to be honest with you. Somewhere. Do you know when you wait? I have not got the patience, because I've got to wait for these this printing thing to come today. And yes, it's redacted, because I'm not going to like printing onto a wheel. It's quite difficult, so I'm not letting people like steal my letters for that either. But I'm going to be doing the bold, like just to blind the wheel, because I personally believe. What's up, bro? Sorry, I've just wanted to brilliant. So this is the wheel. It's too yellow at the moment. It needs to be more this colour. But I am going to keep this flat back to the wheel, because I like it for grinds, because when they're sloped, so I don't necessarily, but I use the iPad. So if it's sloped like this side is, it can actually, especially when you're going with speed, that slope can act as like a ramp, or for it to like come out of the grind. Where when you've got a flat side wheel, it locks in easier because it's a flushed surface. Do you know what I mean? I just need to perfect the formula, because these are they're just too soft by a lot, but I mean incredibly durable. Like the rebounds on these are not going to crack, they're not too brittle. And it's like, this one was 50% formula, 64, I believe. So 60% urethane. I've done ones without urethane, so I say everyone like same time, but it's because I can't believe it. Growing up as a kid, that's why I tell people to follow your dreams, because it's really possible. I don't know what's like I know you've got like in America, it's like the American dream, but in the UK, you're just, you're going to be working at Tesco's. That's it. Like, no, you don't have to be. For real. People just don't respect people anymore in work, in jobs. Shit. Have a shitty boss, and you'll have a shitty customers. Bear with, I need to figure out if I have any back anywhere. That is the chair, by the way. That's a squeaky thing. Sorry, I'm not stressed. Well, depends what you class as stress. Brainstorming. I feel like that's generally like the research and a lot of the work. Half of it goes back in is just sitting there brainstorming a lot of the time. I mean, it pays off, obviously, but still. It's like, don't they say thinking is dangerous or hurt? Like, don't think too hard. Cool. I'm going to show you people as well the art quickly because I can give myself a think then when I show it. So I've started to keep the same art. This is a different series. I haven't finished it. I've got about 5. Or is it 4? I don't know. It's 5 or 4 or 5 into the. I don't really want to call them because it was meant to be the drippy, like my drippy art style effect. The series. I realised I like this drippy art style, so I want it to kind of be a common, repeating kind of. So once you see it enough, that will like resonate. People will know that's because it's also got the drippiness and the logo, and that's kind of the whole point. Scratched up, all that shit. So this one, sorry, this coffee really does. So this one's bad addiction. Well, really bad addictions, but I had a board name. So it's like simplifying addictions. I guess I battled. It's funny because I mean, like, I still battle diazepam addiction. Like, not now. I mean, I have. The fact I can take one and be done with it and still have more is. I know to a lot of people don't mean much, but that is incredibly impressive. It's like literally piece of candy, piece of candy, piece of candy for some people until you hit that dopamine level you need. Where I'm achieving mine through positive things. This is the other one I've done. And obviously now I add my signature now, but I added it right at the bottom down here on the bottom of the syringe. But it's meant to be a mixture between, like, you know, choose between. Oh, the screen is so life and death, but at the same time, the reason I've done it, I know the tree. I was thinking the tree does look dead. That's the issue, but it's also meant to look like veins. Because if you get close enough and really look, they do start to look veiny. It's just hard to get that detail off on the screen. But it was hard because I wanted to be able to have the top of the tree blending with the new one. I tried it up here, but it didn't look right because it was like, do I just have that part as a side branch? I might actually make this one over slightly. Well, just angle it. And then that's what I love about the iPad. If you want to do art and you've drawn something slightly to the left or whatever, or two like that, you can actually just go over that area, just like turn it. It's sort of cheating in a way, but I mean, it's not like you still have to be good at art, but you just can. I work on the layering system, so I draw maybe the outline of a tree. Then I do another layer. Then I draw roots through it and vines. And then if they look good, I might blend them to the edges a little bit, shade some areas. It's really easy. Like, it's because people look at it and go, "What?" Like, mind blowing, right? But it's because you don't look at it like that. You look at it like each set. Like, I'm just going to zoom into one small section right here. But that's literally all you focus on drawing. Different patterns, different squiggles, then use different pens, and you know, you can try and draw from mine, but not try and think too hard about it as well. Because I think if I sometimes draw too much from mine realistic, I actually end up overthinking it, being like, well, it's not going to be realistic. It's a bloody tree and a half a syringe. When the fuck do you ever see that in nature? So, like, someone reminded me recently as well. Art is subjective. Well, I always say that, but I mean, art really is about. I mean, look at Picasso's scribbles. All just. I'm not gonna lie, I'm tempted to go to the shop to get some like I can handle this. Nicorette. It will help a little bit, do you know what I mean? For sure. Because what nicotine does to me, the only way I can describe it is you wouldn't be like, yes, I need a cigarette, but you realise the cigarette is what you need. So your brain doesn't necessarily go cigarette. You just start to get agitated, confused as well as another one. It's a bit like being dehydrated too. It's fucking weird, man. But yeah, there's this whatever ones you just leave under your tongue. I think not telling people, but obviously you can't do it with all medications, but they'll tell you which ones you can. But the tongue is actually like the best method to get. Like with panic attack, diazepam, boom. I remember the first time I was in the hospital and I was like, how long does it take to kick in? Because I'm like, I was having a proper breakdown. And she said, actually, you know what, just sit down and like to leave it under your tongue for a little bit. It should just dissolve into the bloodstream, which you're allowed to if they pop. You know, they say you do. I had no idea about this. So yeah, 'cause it didn't taste that bad. But then like don't rinse your mouth out afterwards. Just swallow everything in after. So obviously you don't miss any of the medication. Because there's some that don't need to be activated in the belly. It can be, you know, it's just purely the medication getting into the bloodstream. So you bypass the digestive thing. A lot of people don't know about it. They really, really don't because they. But I'm feeling that people who have the medication who have panic attacks, it could be kind of helpful to know that because it is completely allowed. It doesn't need to be. It's called sublingual or something like that. Which to me, I always thought was like sign language or sublingual. I don't know. So, oh, I really want this flipping thing to come. Wait 1 second. So I've got machines here that's going to allow me to print graphics onto things. Well, technically not just onto wheels. I could probably print onto quite a few things. Do I make another wheel today? Do people think this is turnout? On this wheel is like actually okay. Well, to the back's a little bit fucked, but if I actually shape that down a little bit, that should be okay. Considering I want a flat-sided wheel with a rounded side, you know, that for the outer side, and then this for grinds to lock in. That's the plan. And it only literally takes. Well, I don't want to give it away. Shut up, Josh. I'll give away my secrets. Soon I have to write like a flipping manifesto or something. I don't know, just saying for people to. Like I said, I think it's to do with star signs as well. 100% believe in star signs because you know it's some of them seem to tell you what you think, but like the fact Aquarius is like free spirit. I'd love to travel. I just want to go anywhere. Creative, and they think outside the box. And it's weird, isn't it? Because I just feel like people typically suit their star sign, regardless if you believe it or not. As well, it's not like it's not like self manifestation where you're like, okay, I'm this star sign, so you believe. Like it does seem to correlate. For the longest time, I didn't know about creators and that stuff. I was just sort of personality, and then it's just odd. And maybe there is some logics to it somewhere. You know, what's up, bro? Bear with. I'm just dreading going to the shops because like it's that hot. Just walking there, you just will break the sweat. Do you know what I mean? There's no way to avoid it. But there is. I'm avoiding it. I'm simply not going right now. Someone up today. Happy Sunday. Or should I just say Sunday? I found myself hilarious today, bro. What was I going to do? That's what I was going to show people. So I remember. It's funny. Do you say about burnout from your hobbies? No. I get mental burnout anyway, but not from what I'm doing. Well, yeah, it's caused by what I'm doing, but I wish I didn't have the mental burnout. Like I want to continue, but naturally as humans, we all just get tired. And I'm like, and not just like necessarily time, I do need a break sometimes. Because like when your head's stuck in it, not like metaphorically, just can't stop thinking about. Because it's not like I'm not a person that's like I won't stop. Like I set another goal, another goal. It's just there's been a goal I'm trying to achieve, and I've been so close to it. Whereas if you got the main thing was to like skateboards, trucks, and wheels. Obviously, I know for a fact trucks are gonna be one of the hardest to do. I'm trying to work with somebody else to like get that has a CNC machine. I was just saying I don't know because I don't have anything they could use to do that. I don't even have like molds because you could pour them to be honest, but I mean I don't know really. I'm not really too clued on with that side of things because I haven't done the research yet. But so the main thing would have been boards. But then I realised how difficult even that is. It's quite surprising how challenging it is. And that's why, as I say, trying to find a few different methods to print made it easier. Because some graphics that I'm having, like still like the glow in the dark ones, require a special treating. But then you obviously don't want the board to be too thick or layered. One issue after the next. So it's like if you go down live or sand down live, progression is not like a box one where as I said, I wanted to put the logo onto the wheels, but I also kind of don't. Because if there's skaters in, well, there probably is some skaters in the chat, at least one. I'm hoping that you turn your wheels on the inside out so you don't actually have the graphic facing outwards. So that's why I completely get that. I don't really want the graphic. You know, I don't personally put them on there, but I've been asked by people that want me to send them off. So truthfully, if I can show that I can do all these things, it shows dedication. Seriously, they do watch me. They're like, bro, it's like in a corner of his bedroom, he's done all of this. That's what I'm saying. Anyone can do anything. You just got the patience, the dedication, the drive, and the love for what you're doing, and maybe a few other little bits, bit of funding, you know. Sure, it's fucking spicy. Why is nicotine spicy, bro? Do you know, like the fuck? I guess it's a pest. I know it's a pesticide, but humans are so dumb. I actually don't understand how dumb we are sometimes. It's quite funny. We say, "Oh, this animal's being stupid," and like, bro, have you actually looked at yourself? Do you know, like, don't care. Sound like I was taking a piss out of David Attenborough. Never take a piss out of David Attenborough. Legend, absolute legend. I feel like if it wasn't, would we even know about animals? Obviously, I'm joking. But I just feel like he's like that's the one and only. So if it's is it David Attenborough? No, I'm not watching it. Boo. I'm not hiding. It's just way more comfortable to be able to. If I'm sat here, that was fucking white. Because I've got cuts all over from skating, and I keep whacking them on the sharp ass corners. And oh, hello. Sorry, I'm on camera. So I'm not actually feeling all this way today. So, okay, bye bye. Been delaying. To be honest with you, it's like the inevitable though, isn't it, really? So I wanted to go for a skate, and I was like, perfect, it's getting warm, but then I forget how fucking hot it gets in the UK. It's ridiculous. And I skated Albany skate track in Australia, which is arguably that and Macron, Barcelona. To be fair, even the dome it was pretty warm when I went to France, but there was a heat wave, so. Whereas lozenge, right? I appreciate I need nicotine now, right? But it won't dissolve, but I don't want to chuck it away because then I don't get the full. This is why all that shit don't work like vapes and that because you still crave the action and the habit. Ooh. It looks sus as anything, doesn't it? No. Maybe not. It is forcing me to get down the road. And CBA. So much effort. Hello. So if I get over and done with now, I can be there and back probably in about 10-15 minutes. It might make more sense to get done now. So I'm going to have to shut up about it. I should show people how addictive it is. A lozenge, 2 milligrams of nicotine, so way more than a cigarette. Was it like 6? I can't remember. Because I don't even think a cigarette has like 0 point something. You know what I mean? Like it's a lot more. Still great one. Just is. The fact they're banning it in the UK, I think, is such a good idea. And I know it's like, taking things away from people again. Like they could be taken a lot worse away if anything. Could be kind of grateful about this one, I suppose. Giving you something to just essentially end yourself with, it's like, what's the point? Go do something crazy. Go, like, parachute jump, like parasailing off of people saying. And then, do you know what? Buy a broken one. No, I'm joking. But I was just saying, buy a broken one. If you want to risk it, really, buy a few. And then have one broken one. It's like, it's like Russian roulette with a flipping parachute. I mean, then people go, that's dangerous. Why would you do that? I'm like, then why would you smoke? You're just waiting for one day for that, metaphorically, that failed parachute. Like, what you're not waiting for the health of the divine wisdom to come down. Like, what are you waiting for other than, an early painful? Oh, it's done. And I'm like, literally comes back, like, speaking about it, because I'm going to go and get cigarettes, but still. How bad they are. I try to build up the flipping. The energy. And the want to actually be fucked. It's funny, I want to be fucked. I actually want to be. That's a funny way of putting it. I want to be bothered. But I can't be bothered. So. Let's just do it. Let's get it over and done with. I'll be back in 15 minutes. And I'll be chill. Because I said the last one didn't do anything for me because it was probably like. It might as well have been a blunt, to be honest with you. Because I had to reach you out to make them crazy one. How was a cigarette? Oh. Right. I appreciate you guys. I'm sorry. I thought I could deal with it, but truthfully, not very well. And if I don't catch anybody back because I literally only take 20 minutes, I'm going to skate down there. If I don't catch anybody back here and I'll sit down, I'll chill, it's fine. But if I don't catch people back here in 15 minutes, then I will be back on tomorrow, but it will be on at like probably 10 or 11 UK time. So like literally round about now until 4. So ridiculously, annoying time. But it is what it is. And then the rest of the week will be like 5 o'clock, 5:30, things like that, up until Friday. I think it's the last day. And then I'll be back. No, then I'm having a week off, going for someone's wedding. And then I'll be back. I'll see what I'm still in. I need to post that again today. So guys, a million tasks, like 101 problems, and I have fucking. What was I saying? 101 problems. 100 problems. No, problems. You're not one. Oh, I can't. Well, let's say I don't think it's saying or brain. I wonder what damage it's doing. I can actually, I need to get a CAT scan or something. Right. Anyway, I love you. I will be back in half an hour. It really does not take me long to bomb it down there and then skip it back. Anyway, peace, love. Let's catch you all back here. I like this one. It's either say nothing because there's nothing positive to say, just chill. I like that. And then when I come back to it, I think I'll probably pour some of people who want to mix the urethane and stuff like that if they want and pour it into the wheel mold. So we're going to give it another go. Try and get more of a white wheel, off white, then a yellow, golden. I don't know. I know people agree, but that is too yellow for my liking. That side's better. And there's like a divide from where I had to pour it in. Anyway, yeah, I'm shut up now so I can actually get back quicker, sooner. So because it's around 12 o'clock that becomes a bit of a pointless live streaming time. So that's the time I really kind of want to avoid. So if I do head off now, then it gives me time to come back on. As I said, if I don't catch all lot here tomorrow, back when I come back on, it'll be on tomorrow at like 11. So like now, so later on, probably until like 3 or 4. And then the next day it will be 5 and then whatever until Friday. As I said, week off to just have weddings. Yeah, anyway, I appreciate you guys. Peace, love. I'll catch you here in the back.